Hello, everyone. Not just some, but everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the Questions Only podcast,
where we just kind of answer your questions.
I'm your host, Mason Beals.
And I'm your other host, Sam Beals.
Who has apparently been drinking.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm your other host, Sam Beals. Great. Awesome. Welcome, guys. We're a little bit more set up this time.
Absolutely.
After a couple of more trial runs and some sound tests, I think we're going to get a little bit better and better each and every time. Only
Good.
hopefully.
Yeah.
So great. Welcome, everybody. For those who don't know what this podcast is, I'll just reiterate once more, or would you like to reiterate?
You can.
Okay. So basically, yeah, we're just answering questions. We're two brothers who, you know what, we like. He likes to sleep. No, here's what we'll do.
Okay.
Here's the bit. You say something you do, I say something I do.
Okay. I like to sleep.
I like to shake my leg from anxiety.
Oh, I like to watch The Office.
I like to... Wow, what do I like to do? I like to play video games, but that's not really specific to me, though.
No.
I mean, watching The Office isn't specific to you either.
No. I only kind of like having a podcast with my brother.
It's been a lot of work. That's all I'm gonna say thus far. And people are probably listening.
Second episode in.
People are gonna be like, "This doesn't sound like they tried that hard." It kind of just seems like they just went for it. Which that's the best compliment you could give me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so what this is just, you know, we're just fucking around, just answering some questions on the internet.
Yep.
You know, the internet and the world is chock full of questions, and so we are here to answer them to the best of our abilities, which is the worst of some others' abilities.
Ooh, decently said. Just like all of our answers are going to be.
Thank you, Sam. There's a lot of bugs outside. Do you hear them?
Yes, I do.
They're going a little
Because we
crazy.
live in Texas.
There's bugs. Lots of other places.
Yeah, but Texas has a lot of bugs.
There is this thing about Austin that they think a lot of things are just Austin specific. When I first lived here and I was working at the Mod Pizza, these Christians came to my door and they were like going door to door. I don't know how they got into our apartment complex because there's like locked gates, but they wandered on in and they were going door to door asking if people need to be prayed. I'm not laughing at them, but I'm just saying, like, I remember when we were Christians and we had to do stuff like that. Anyways,
kind of am.
yeah, but
bit.
you don't. Would you go nowadays? Go door to door asking if somebody needs something to be prayed over? Do you even pray anymore?
No.
See, okay, so that's what I mean.
Okay.
Anyways, and so they knocked on the door and then whatever, and I was like, in my head, I was like, nah, I know what's going on. So instead of just being like, no, I don't need anything prayed for, I stood there and had a conversation with them and started talking about philosophical aspects of it. And sort of that, I wasn't trying to get into a debate. I was just trying to have a conversation, you know?
Yeah.
I told them that I worked at Mod Pizza, and they go, like, oh, that's really cool. And I was like, yeah, I worked at it back up in Idaho too. And they were like, oh, there's Mod Pizzas other places than just Austin? And I was just like, yeah. They're like, see, you're going to learn that about people here in Austin. They think everything just started in Austin. And I was like, yeah, even your catchphrase, even the city's slogan isn't just
true.
in Austin.
It's keep Portland weird.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, okay, all I'm saying, though, is ever since I moved to Texas, a lot more bug bites from when I lived in Idaho.
Yeah.
So it has more bugs from where I used to live.
And I also think the bugs are loud.
Yeah.
They're just loud Texas bugs.
Well, I mean, other bugs are loud from other
Sam,
places, too.
I know what you're doing. You're being an ass.
I am being an ass.
Okay, great. Okay,
Yeah.
great. You're being an ass. Okay, so I think, should we get on to the actual portion of the show now?
If you want.
Yeah.
Whatever makes Mason happy.
Yeah, I kind of run everything, don't I, in your life?
Well, I mean,
I
yeah.
run quite a bit in your life.
Yep. You
Good
do.
answers. Okay. Sweet. So let's move on to the first fun question.
Yay.
Okay, actually, I like this question. All right, first question. What is something that is popular now that annoys you?
Well, I know a lot of stuff annoys you, so I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, I have a list. Okay, so here's the thing. Fortnite bugs me.
Yeah.
I sometimes play it, whatever. I'm not hugely avid into it. I just hate how popular it is. It feels like it's starting to die out a little bit. Does it feel like it's starting to die out a little bit on like social media and stuff?
For me personally, yes, because I suck at completing the challenges.
Okay. It's also funny how we're talking about Fortnite 2 weeks in a row, and I'm like, I hate it, you know. So I hate Fortnite. I don't like Cardi B. I don't like even the ironic appreciation of Cardi B. What other things are popular? Dabbing? No.
Oh God, how
Things
old
like
are
that.
you?
Harambe. I know that's not around, but that drove me insane for all of 2016.
Yeah, wait. Why?
Why did it drive me insane?
Dicks out for Harambe.
It's just because those type of things that people just hop on the bandwagon and so maybe I just hate popular things.
Yes.
Not true. I love like Marvel and all that shit. But like stupid meme trendy stuff is just like annoying to me. Like the Harambe thing, Donald Trump.
Just him?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it. But yeah, Fortnite right now, that's what is popular. That annoys me a lot.
All right.
And listen, you can like games and stuff, and I get when things are popular, but all like the memes and people like recreating things in real life that it's like, Fortnite be like, you know, all that stuff is just super annoying, and I hate when it shows up in my newsfeed.
That's real bad.
That's Sam's take on it. Yep. This just in, that real bad.
I don't really have a ton that like of popular stuff that annoys me. I mean, almost every single Netflix original like stand-up comedy,
Oh yeah.
like those are all pretty bad. There's a few like John Mulaney, like those are really good.
Well,
But
Scott Aukerman of the Comedy Bang Bang podcast always makes the joke that it's like when people get how there's so many specials that they're not really specials anymore, you know?
oh yeah, it's true. It's like what
That's
else
they're
are they
called.
doing?
Yeah, there's too many of those. I don't know if I would consider those like popular though.
No, but I mean they're like relevant enough to
Yeah.
choose that as my answer.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
That's a
remember,
good cop
we
out.
only have decent answers.
True. We're not promising literally anything here.
Good.
Okay. Another question?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one for you. What did you do on your last vacation?
I went back to my hometown, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I saw a lot of my old friends and stuff like that. It was a good time for me to like transition from Waco, Texas to Austin, Texas. So that was fun. I went hammocking a lot. I bought a hammock at Walmart, you know,
Nice.
$25.
Nice.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't do anything like super extravagant or anything.
Good question. I just determined what I was about to say. A good question.
That's
I just meant to say question.
oh,
Have you hung up the hammock
like here or
at all?
oh, in Idaho. Yeah. 3 times.
Most people hang up a hammock once and then it's just relax city.
Oh, I went hammocking several times.
Hammocking is a verb?
Yeah.
Explain, elaborate.
You just like call up a few of your friends. You're like, hey, want to go hammocking on like Tubbs Hill?
I can't
right?
tell if this is something that poor people do or rich people would do.
Everyone should do it because
Nah.
it's really relaxing.
Okay.
It's
sounds like a lot of work to be relaxing.
No, you call up your friends. You say, want to go hammocking? You can go up onto a hill. Just kidding, like kind of in
Say,
the
why a
woods.
hill? You have
like
to climb up a hill. It's very relaxing.
Okay, you take a little hike. Okay.
Okay.
Which a lot of people find relaxing already, and then you just hang up your hammock, and you just lay there, and you just talk with your friends.
Do you have to find a good tree to hang up the hammock?
Well, I didn't.
Good. Well, it has to be 2 trees.
Yeah, but I didn't because they already had a spot predetermined that I went to several times.
So everybody had their own pair of trees.
well, I mean, 2 people to 1 tree.
I'm just trying to think of this
Maybe
perfectly
3.
symmetrical forest, like a tree farm, but in the wild, where all the trees are perfectly evenly spaced for hammocking.
Yeah, no, it's a good spot to hammock.
Okay, great. That's Idaho for you then.
Yeah,
I call bullshit, but anyways, that's fun.
yeah.
I've never,
it is.
I cannot even remember what my last vacation was. What was it? Can you remember for me?
No.
No, I haven't been anywhere since.
I mean,
I
probably coolest one that I can think of
probably
is
Seattle way back.
Oh yeah,
It's been over like a year since I've
I was
like,
gonna
really
just
gone
say
anywhere.
Costa Rica is the last like memorable
Yeah,
one.
yeah, that one's probably
was,
like
like,
legitimate
2-3
vacation.
years ago.
All right. I think we answered that one to the best of our abilities.
Yeah.
I think should we say that after literally every single question? I think
Yeah.
we've answered that to the best of our abilities.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be your catchphrase.
Can I have a better one? Like,
right now.
Zing pop pow.
No.
I'm gonna come up with a better one by the end of this. Remind me to tell you what my catchphrase is at the
Okay.
end of this. Here's a good question. This one comes from Tana, somebody that I met on a film set. She commented on the Facebook status that I put out a couple of days ago, about a week ago or something like that. It's really kind of an interesting one to
Okay.
me. Let's start over. Juice with or without ice? I know my answer.
I'm gonna say it depends. I'm sorry, but if I'm just thirsty, right, and not just trying to relax, just have a little drink, clink clink, then no ice, because ice keeps me from chugging. So without ice,
So then
I
the
just-
opposite of that, if
Is-
you're like,
if I'm just sitting down on the couch, if I'm just watching a show, I don't want my drink to go by too fast. Few ice cubes.
few ice cubes.
Few ice cubes to keep it too cool for me to drink, and for these objects in my drink.
I like to imagine that you're sometimes you drink, like you're just so excited to drink that you just guzzle down 3 big fucking ice cubes and you start choking. And then you're choking, but then you're like, I know I just have to wait this out.
Yeah.
Because my body's going to sort all this
Yeah,
for me just real quick.
Because I have a warm body, and they're cold ice cubes.
Yeah. A nice warm throat to solve your problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so ice with or without juice? Hell no. I don't think I've
You
literally.
just said ice with or without juice.
Yeah, I still stand by it. It still works.
No.
Ice
Because if
with
you
or
pick
without juice.
without
I would
juice-
rather just have ice cubes in my hand without juice than ice cubes in my hand with juice.
Yeah.
Because you wait long enough, those
No.
ice cubes are just going to produce their own juice.
Yeah, ice juice, which is water.
They're just going to turn it. There's a really loud noise out there.
Yep.
Yes, water is just ice juice. But no, I never put ice cubes in my juice.
Is snow ice sauce?
Is lemonade juice, or is it its own drink?
Ooh, I'm gonna say it's its own drink, because when I think of like juice,
Well, yeah, because it
Yeah.
could be like lemonade is made from lemon juice.
yeah, juice is usually like fruit juice, you know, which I'm not saying lemons aren't fruit, but more of like orange juice, right? Like fresh squeezed orange juice, great, you know. Fresh squeezed lemon juice,
Cooking ingredient.
cooking ingredient,
Yeah.
completely different.
Okay, so lemonade is, but then you could just look at it. Lemonade is just the proper lemon juice. Well, I guess yeah. If it's just for
Yeah.
lemonade, ice, sure, no problem. But that's
Absolutely.
because it's its own drink.
Yep.
But all other juices, apple juice, orange juice, grape juice.
Ooh, no, a lot of those.
Can you imagine putting ice cubes in orange juice?
Ooh, no. No, that's so bad.
No. Here's a question for you off of my head: pulp or no pulp?
Pulp.
Pulp?
Yeah.
How much? If you say mid pulp, you're a pussy.
Yeah, no, I would do a good amount of pulp.
Okay.
Fuck it, no, low pulp.
Okay.
Low pulp keeps it still chuggable.
You're just worried about a pulp buildup in your throat?
Yeah. Then I have to turn the garbage disposal on, which is just
Yeah.
me gargling. Just
No, you just sick.
Oh,
Should we get that gif?
yeah. Yep, absolutely.
All right, so low pulp. I would say no pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the point.
How do you feel about?
Texture? No thanks.
No,
Not with
I
my
was
juice.
gonna say, how do you feel about McDonald's orange juice?
I remember it being really good, but I feel like I
hate
haven't
it
had
so
one
much.
in a long time. Is it like have a slight bitterness to it?
Kind of. It's more of like, yeah, acidic. Like you can just absolutely tell it's not real, like everything else from McDonald's.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that went out the window a long time ago.
yeah, but I'm just like, fresh squeezed, like, you know it's real orange juice. That's the best shit.
Yeah, it's real good. And that time, then I'm like, I don't mind pulp. But like, Tropicana, I'm like, you have the ability to take all this out. Just take it out.
That's true.
And they do take it out. They give you the option. They give you like 5 different pulp options. They're just like, tell us where to crank the dial on the pulp meter.
How many dials of that pulp meter do you think we'll have by 2020? Do you think any more will be added?
No.
What about 2050?
2050? I don't think orange juice is going to be a thing.
Huh. Elaborate just a little bit.
I just think it's going to be like a nuclear wasteland.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cool.
Okay, great. I did not work at McDonald's one time. What? I was at McDonald's one time, and this girl that I had gone to school with, she came up to mine and my friend's table, and I was like, I don't know you that well. But she still continued to talk to us.
That's always awkward.
Yeah, it was fine. Like, I knew her decent enough, but it was whatever. She came up to the table and started talking, and I was just like, this is the time to get a McDonald's exclusive. And I asked, how real is the food? I was like, is it all just microwaved back there? Like, what is it? And she goes, no, it's all pretty legit. And I was just like, yeah. She's like, yeah, like the eggs for the sandwiches, like we fried those ourselves. And I was like, yeah, but do they tell you it's egg or do you know it's egg? Because I really just didn't. I still don't believe her.
That's when you say like
that's called cognitive dissonance.
That's when you say like, how much above minimum wage are they paying you to say that it's real?
They say like McDonald's pays like way better now, which
they say like $9, which maybe that's true.
That's not terrible.
That's not horrible.
Do we want to move on to the philosophy portion, or do we want to do one more question?
What does Mason want? Because it's all about
I
what
just
Mason,
asked you.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, let's move on to the philosophy question.
Yeah, I think we've talked about pulp enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So, the philosophy question for this week. This episode is there a meaning to life? If so, what is it?
I want to put a specification on it.
Just start over.
Sure.
No, like in life, like us as brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, want to just go back. I never hit you, ever. My slate is clean.
Oh.
You haven't really done anything. You hit me in the face one time with a headrest.
Oh, I was going to say with a remote, because I also did that.
Yeah. Okay, your slate's clean too.
Okay.
Now start the question over.
Oh, yeah, I want to put a specification.
Okay.
On, is this meaning to each individual life, or is this meaning to human life on Earth?
Why don't we talk about both?
Okay. Each individual life, I think that you have to give yourself meaning, you know? You have to give your life a purpose. You have to have certain goals that you want to accomplish. However much you want that to affect people in the future once you're gone, then that's how much meaning life has to it, you know?
Okay.
If you have a lasting effect.
Yeah. You're saying that some lives have more meaning than others.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you create more meaning in your life, then yes.
Okay. Would you say then that's the meaning overall to all life then?
Yeah.
If that has to do with every single person, that's the overall meaning of life.
Yeah. I guess a more personal one would be, I don't know, if there's meaning to your life already, you know, then that would be, it's really your own opinion, really.
Yeah.
What are you living for, really?
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to
So you look at it sort of the sense, you're definitely not looking at there's this grandiose sort of meaning overall. No. Like, our meaning here is to leave the earth a better place than when we left it.
Yeah. Nope.
Or than we
started
with it. Yeah. Leave it a better place than when we came into this world.
Yes.
You don't think that's the meaning to life?
No, because
some people... You think that somebody's life... So you're saying sort of some people's life means something more, just sort of depending on the impact that they had on the world.
Yes.
This is kind of a strange poll, but would you say Osama bin Laden had a bigger meaning than a lot of other people?
Yeah, because his...
Gotcha. Racist. No.
I was going to say...
You hate America.
I was going to say, like Hitler.
Yeah.
He had, his personal meaning in life, was to do horrible, horrible things.
Okay.
So he wasn't trying to better the earth. Well, I mean, in his eyes he was, but I mean, he wasn't. Like, that's bad.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. Sam's seal of approval. Hitler was bad.
Yep.
Go on.
America.
Okay, so you're sort of, and I say, like, I think that's interesting because I haven't looked at it in that sort of way that meaning doesn't necessarily connotate something positive or negative.
Yeah,
It just means your purpose here.
Yes. Yep.
And some people's purpose in life is just evil.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I haven't looked at it ever. Because when you think of meaning and purpose, it feels like this big, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But like, you think about supervillains, you think about villains, you think about real evil people as well. It's like they think that their purpose is to accomplish their goal.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of the time not good.
Yeah, like that's a huge thing in the Islamic State. That's what they think their purpose is. What do bombers say before
Allah Akbar?
Allah Akbar? That means like,
Yeah.
for Allah, basically.
Yeah. And to specify, it's the Islamic extremists.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Islamic extremists, yes, you're right. So they're really, I'm probably wrong on this, but
We're learning.
but they think that their purpose is to be used by Allah
Yeah.
to bomb things.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
no, I get what you mean. I was listening to another podcast. Again, those are the extremists. Those are specific examples as to who, committed acts of terrorism in the name of Islam. We're not saying that's everybody in Islam, that's the same sort of, I was listening to a podcast and I was talking about, the bombers in like World War II, Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Kamikaze pilots.
Kamikaze.
Yeah, they, all of that was volunteer.
Yeah.
Like every single pilot was a volunteer pilot. Nobody was forced to be a kamikaze. So you think about that. And I think there was another study showing that those pilots weren't suicidal. Like they didn't have the suicidal tendencies and mindsets. It had a lot to do with just their passion and devotion, and they believed that was their purpose.
And that's why the U.S. had like no other option to ending World War II than
bombing
a nuclear bomb. You know?
Yeah.
Because that was a huge mindset in Japan at the time was I have to, fight till I die, really.
Yeah.
And that's what made it so, hard to fight against them is that they would fight until their very last man,
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, that's really trippy to think. I mean, like the insanity of like devotion. Like I'm pretty sure. Well, you think about soldiers. You think about U.S. soldiers. It's like a lot of times they are literally just they're giving their life for their country. That's true. And we deem it as something that is admirable, and it really is. But a country that is against us, they see them as insane. It's like, why would you devote your life to that?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's interesting. I've never thought about like how there is these other purposes to life, because some people, I try to think about what my purpose in life is. When we were growing up, we grew up in the Christian church, and we believed for a long time that our purpose was to spread the word of God. And I look back now and I'm like, I want to do so much more than that. Like so much more to me, and obviously we're still growing. You're 16, I'm 20. It's like I'll probably have a family, and that'll change my viewpoints and whatnot. But
we're young.
We are very young. So yeah, that's interesting. I haven't ever looked at it in that sense that meaning and purpose does not mean something good or bad. It just means meaning and purpose. So. As far as if there is legitimately like a meaning to life, as far as my views go, I've talked about it a little bit, but you give it meaning. Nietzsche talks about, and at the time that I was sort of coming out of like Christianity and like, just being like, oh, what is even the truth? Doing that whole thing.
I'm sorry, I just imagined you in a very,
just in the,
I don't know, like regular show type of, like version of you that would be like with long hair, just what even is the truth?
What am I even supposed to do? I mean, that's sort of what it was, questioned Christianity all through growing
Yeah.
up, and then you get to a certain point, you're like, I just want to believe in something. Like, I want to find the truth. I want to find my meaning and purpose. So coming out of that, I was listening to a lot of philosophy podcasts. That's why I like philosophy, is that it really helps me sort of understand the world better.
And you completed an entire semester of psychology.
Yeah, that's a different subject.
Yeah, but it deals with philosophy.
Sort of. Sometimes. I think everything deals with philosophy. Boom. I'm a philosopher. All right. No, so coming out of that, it's like I was listening to a lot of Nietzsche. Nietzsche, I really like. He went insane and love him. But he, sort of talking about, the meaning and purpose is like a lot of people go to religion and Christianity because they need a meaning and a purpose, I then thought like, oh yeah, like that's the main reason of religion is like people just are like, is there anything else out there? Yeah. And then people are like, yes, there is a God that loves you. And you're like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
There is something. And so I can understand how there's something comforting to that because I grew up with it,
Absolutely.
But there's also something comforting, yet there's something very creepy and not creepy, but just sort of sad to like you kind of have to bullshit your meaning,
Yeah, and a lot of people, like you were saying, there's that emptiness when they don't know what their meaning is, so they turn to something that can give them meaning, like you're saying. So I think...
You want to hear a story about me being an apostle in 3rd grade? I think I was in 4th grade.
I would love to hear that.
So there was this guy that I went to school with in 4th grade. In 4th grade, I was an avidly religious person.
Yeah.
And
very thin, too.
Oh, I mean, I'm still very thin.
Yeah.
Notice how I threw fairly as a preface because I'm not secure enough to say very thin.
Yeah, but you were very thin then.
In 4th grade, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Anyways, in 4th grade... there was this guy named Jared. Jared really liked this girl. I want to say her name was Haley or Faith or something like that.
Yeah.
He really liked her. And
white
there's
bitch
always
names.
I'm gonna ignore that. There was there was drama going on, and I really like to be in the drama and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Jared we'll just say her name's Haley. Jared liked Haley, and so there was all this 4th grade drama going on, and I was just like Jared's friend, and I was telling him like, hey man, just let her go, like you don't need to worry about it and stuff. And he was just like being all, I don't remember how tensions got so high.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not even like the meaning of life or whatever. And he's like, no, wait a minute. He said like, he's like, that's the meaning of life. You gotta chase your dreams and follow your heart or something like that in 4th grade. And then I was like,
maybe he should be here.
And I went, no, the meaning of life is following God's purpose. And he was an avid atheist.
And then a beam of light just shined down on you.
And then I was brought up into the heavens, and God gave me a sword, and I cut Jared's head off.
Oh. I thought you were going to say something like, you were brought up into heavens, and God took one look at you and just said, ugh, no, and threw you back.
No, he gave me a sword, I chopped Jared's head off.
Oh, that's
Great.
fun.
This got intense really quick. But anyways, It was also funny because I remember in 3rd grade in school with Jared, there was a point where I like somehow asked him like while we're standing in line for lunch, I was like, do you believe in God? And he just, things you just casually ask as a 4th grader or 3rd grader. And he just turns, he goes, what? No, I don't believe in God. Because his family just was super atheist.
Yeah.
And me and this like cowboy kid we went to school with, just paint this picture in your own head, folks.
Yep.
We both turned to him, and then we looked at each other, and then we looked back at him, and our jaws dropped. Like, what the fuck? Like, somehow he was the one on the outside.
I'm sure you weren't saying that as a 3rd grader Christian.
3rd grade Christian. I was like, dude, that's fucked.
Oh.
You're going to HE double motherfucking hockey sticks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Sam.
Yes?
Final answer. Is there a meaning to life? For those audio listeners, Sam and I are putting our hands on each other's shoulders. Ow, Sam. For those audio listeners, Sam just stuck his thumb in my armpit.
If you create your own meaning, yes.
All right, so there's no meaning that you're born with.
There is no overall meaning to everyone's life. Each individual person if you have your own meaning, yes, there's meaning.
All by myself. Don't wanna be.
I'm really confused why you're singing this.
I couldn't pick a song that perfectly summed up, so I went with one that just says we're all alone. You know what? I'm in agreement here. I don't think we are born with a meaning. I don't even think that, I think our meanings are, determined at the end of our lives. You know, I think people give us our meanings once we're dead.
I think it's more of that's a good way to put it. Like once our lives are over, then it's more of a, what was our meaning? What did we do?
Yeah.
Rather than what will my meaning be? Well, I mean, you can still ask that, but it's just going to be determined once your last breath is taken.
Once your last breath is taken, then your meaning shall be bestowed upon you.
Yeah, you should do voiceover work.
And then Mason rose into the clouds, and God handed him a sword. He then was laid back upon to the earth, and he cut Jared's head off and said, "Zing pop pow."
Yeah, you really got the face for voice acting and podcast.
Don't wanna be all by myself. Okay, great.
I don't wanna be all by myself.
All right, really peaked the levels on that one.
Yep.
Okay, great. I think we answered that question to the best of our abilities.
Yay.
Should we move on to some palate cleansing questions?
Yeah.
Man, I really don't choose the easiest things to say. Palate cleansing questions.
Say it faster.
No, you say it.
Oh, okay. Palate cleansing questions. Palate cleansing questions. I'm really bad.
You see if I get up on the second time. If you had intro music, what song would it be and why? I think I've already answered mine. Don't wanna be. Can you imagine every time you walked into a room, even if you're with people.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here's a great prospect. Everybody has their own intro song.
It all plays every time you go through a door.
Yeah.
Basically.
We just totally talked over each other.
Yep.
But basically, to summarize that little bit, was every time people walk through the door together, everybody's song plays over the same time.
Yep.
I would love to see that. Make it happen, the internet.
Mine would be probably Mambo number 5.
This is Mambo number 5. How does it go again?
It's like, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
You just said the intro
I'm
again.
going further.
Okay.
And then it's like, da 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 da.
Keep going.
I'm trying to think. I can't think.
2 hops.
Oh
this
yeah,
time.
no, it's like a little bit of like Tina,
a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of in my life, a little bit of Mickey Mouse in my life, a little bit of Donald Duck in my life.
Yeah, that.
I only sing Disney covers of every song.
Oh,
So
or
it'd be
that's
like, all by myself.
or that would be my other intro song would be Muppeter a Man in the Muppets movie.
That'll change.
Because I'm a Muppet of a man.
I think I've answered my question.
Or my very manly Muppet.
Answer the question good enough. I think I answered it funny enough to where it should just stay.
Yeah.
Instead of me giving a legitimate answer.
Yep. Oh, that wasn't? Because I really think that's a good one for
Let
you.
me think if I do have a different song.
Do you have any other friends besides outside your family?
I definitely have more friends in this state than you do, Sam.
Don't wanna be
All by myself.
Well, let's do it.
I'm going to listen back to this and hate my singing. Okay.
Yep.
Let's pick one that somebody sent in.
Fun.
What brand of product do you use to style your hair? Sam?
One called Johnny B.
Yeah. Which is weird because Sam isn't even named Johnny B. No, because our dad is Johnny B.
That's why we got the gel, actually.
I bet.
But then he didn't like it because his hair is too thin.
Don't wanna be.
Nope. Okay.
He's out there and he's hearing us say all this right now.
So
I don't live with my parents.
because it's like a pomade. So he gave it to me.
Yeah. I hate when a hair gel just isn't good.
Yeah.
First world problem, definitely.
Absolutely.
But I hate like you need to style your hair and you're just like you're too deep in and you're like this is not going to do the trick.
And you always kind of think like, okay, maybe I'll just add a little bit more. And then eventually you're just like, "Oh, my hands won't come out of my hair."
The audio listener, Sam is putting his hands in his hair.
That's why I narrated it too.
Okay, got it. I think the same thing. I always wonder how many people, how many guys specifically wake up or in their lives, they do their hair. And how many people, their hair is just naturally like that?
For me personally, when my hair gets longer, I barely ever use gel. It's almost always just a little bit of water to push it up. But other than that, like, I almost spend no time doing my hair.
You spend no time?
Almost
See,
no time, like,
growing up, I would spend 15 to 6 hours doing my hair. I would spend a long time doing my hair.
Actually not an exaggeration because from my memory, what you used to do is you would do your hair before you went to bed so that it would look just right in the morning.
No. There's a possibility.
I think you did that.
That logic doesn't sound right in my head.
But like, because then it would give it just the right like texture from after.
I probably
you woke
said
up.
something stupid like that when I was a kid. Like, hey Sam, here's a little life tip.
No.
A little life hack. Put your breakfast on your chest before you go to bed. That way you wake up and your breakfast is right there.
Breakfast.
That sounds like
bed.
something you would do, actually.
Yeah.
You're like, I fall asleep with a bowl of cereal on my chest. I eat a little bit before bed, and then I wake up and I have a nice mush in the morning.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
And I just stick my whole fist in and eat it like Winnie the Pooh eats honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to, I would do a lot. And I always thought it was just like, it would drive me insane when my hair just didn't look good.
Yeah.
And now I'm glad that I can just look kind of schlubby because that is a sign of health for me. You know, if I look really good, that's a sign that I'm like feeling really insecure that day. If I'm looking schlubby, it means like, I don't give a fuck.
That's kind of funny because it's the reverse for anybody else, but for people who are like, don't really care about how they look. For the audio listeners, Mason looks like shit right now.
Yeah.
So that means he's really confident. But for everybody else, it's like, if you're not looking good, you're just like, yeah, I'm
It
just
means
tired.
I've learned to let go. I'm just like,
That's good.
People aren't actually analyzing how I look.
It's true. Everybody is just more focused on themselves. But if we all just spend a little less time not caring about what we look like, we can judge others. And
Amen.
then we can start caring what we look like again. And then the cycle repeats.
Amen.
Yeah.
And then God handed Mason a sword and he chopped Jared's head off. Okay, great. I think we answered that question to the best of our abilities. I wonder if that's going to get old.
No.
All right, should we answer a question from our good old older brother, Austin?
Sure.
Awesome. Austin handed us a bunch of good questions. I just read this one. I really like it. If you could live 50 years inside of any fictional world, Hogwarts, Narnia, Star Wars, etc., and then return to the present moment as if no time had passed, where would you want to spend that time? 1 second. Before we get into this, I just want to say we want these questions.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
if
a
you-
good question.
I'm not saying the other questions we got. I love most of all the questions. I'm not going to say all of them, but I loved most of all the questions we received. I like questions like these. Just saying.
Yes.
Good question, Austin.
Okay.
Where would you spend that time, Sam? What fictional world?
Question.
Yes, that's what we do on this show.
Yes. Would we be like one of the main characters? So
Yes.
say like Hogwarts, we have those
Yes.
powers.
I'm going to go ahead and say not Hogwarts because like those kids are going to die like almost every day. There's
That's
a
true.
giant snake in the basement. There's a three-headed dog in the other basement, I guess. There's
Yeah.
like dragons that are just like tiny little dragons in a bag that you pull out. There's a
Yeah.
talking hat. Fuck that.
Yeah. No, I was down with everything else, but I mean,
The talking hat is what threw
Like-
you over the edge.
Yeah, accessories
That speak.
that speak and judge me.
But I mean, there's like werewolves and like
That shit's cool. Accessories,
they like
articles
kill
of
people.
clothing
Uh-huh.
that judges me while I
Yeah.
wear it.
True, yeah. That says a lot. That's the reason why I'm afraid of it. You put that on your head and it just goes, "You suck."
Like, okay.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff, fuck you. Okay, so I'm saying not Hogwarts. Clearly. Not the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Um
They're fun to watch and I'm sure to read. I don't really read
Now the question
books,
is,
though.
will we just survive? Okay, he says we will live 50 years.
Oh, 50 years? I mean, if I could have just superpowers in, like, Marvel,
Uh-huh.
then that's amazing. I would love that.
Yeah. But there's specific characters already in that universe.
Yeah.
That are
I would be
established.
like, whatever superpowers fit me.
Okay. With the power of sleeping. Okay. So you say Marvel. I think that's fine. I think sure you should be able to get a couple of superpowers, or you'd be super intelligent. You can make some shit and you can become a spy or whatever the fuck. You know?
Sure.
I would think that would be pretty sweet, but I kind of like Hogwarts though. Narnia would be kind of dope. What other fictional worlds are like really cool? Maybe I just don't have an imagination.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Star Wars is cool. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I know. Fallout.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
I would want to be in the Fallout universe because, and again, this is if I was, well, actually that would probably suck.
Yeah, there'd be no
Okay,
amenities.
here's the thing. If it was like the video game and it was as easy as the video game and I actually got to go and just shoot and stuff and I can heal myself and if I die I respawn, like if it was a video game world. And I think that's fair.
Well, you don't die and respawn, but you're guaranteed to live 50 years. Then you come back here.
Yes. I think if you're able to die and respawn. I think you
Sure.
should be able to die and respawn.
Yeah.
Sort of at will. Like I'm
Yes.
living in the world and the rules of this world, which happens to be a video game world.
Okay. There's no toilet paper. And if there is,
Oh, there's toilet
It's
paper. I find it.
radiated. And you're wiping your butt.
And I turn into a super mutant. I live 50 years as a super mutant. Cool. This is a different life. Awesome.
Okay.
But then the rest of the time, I'm just shooting stuff and going on quests and stuff. I'm going to go with Fallout. Even
Okay.
though, obviously, it's not the most pristine world. I think that would just be fun. And I've wanted to do it.
Okay. Question.
Go for it.
What if we didn't have, like, superpowers or whatever? What if we weren't, like, one of the main characters, but more just a, like, bystander?
Just
like,
a bystander?
Like, just a normal person.
Yeah. I would be an NPC, basically.
Sure.
As
Yep.
the main vault dweller goes running around and just
Yeah.
shoots me because he's got some mods on
Yep.
where people don't attack him.
Yeah. Which one would you pick then? For me personally, I'd pick Narnia. Just because not everybody there is special. Still pretty. There's
True.
a decent amount of just normal people,
Yeah.
But then there's also talking lions and stuff like
Yeah, but it's like medieval time and there's like no toilet.
that.
No, just no toilet. Like running water or anything. Everything's got to smell like shit. I'm going to say Marvel because it's just like a future high tech world. Maybe I can save up enough to buy myself a Tony Stark computer. So yeah, I'm going to say Marvel.
Marvel.
If your frame of reference is what's up.
Okay. I would say maybe not Narnia because, pooping is just a big thing to me. Just being comfort.
I mean, when you poop, it is a big thing.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Marvel would actually be pretty cool. I guess.
I think you've answered your question. Marvel in both scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I think we definitely answer that question to the best of our abilities.
Yep.
Zing, pop, pow.
Sing pop pow.
That's my catchphrase. Okay, great. I think that will do us for this episode.
That'll.
How are you feeling about this episode?
Great.
Great?
Yeah. I think we did
Mediocre?
mediocre.
Is that your catchphrase? Is it
I was
saying
gonna say
mediocre,
just
calling us
decent.
mediocre, decent?
No, my catchphrase, which I've realized over this episode, is I say absolutely a lot. So mine is
Yeah.
just absolutely.
I used to say absolutely a lot. Or I used to say,
Okay, cool. I'm not special.
calm down, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's do the outro stuff. If you want to find us on Instagram and Twitter, oh wait, no, I jumped way ahead. Now, if you, oh wait a minute, you have got to give a question of the week right on the spot. Okay,
Shoot. Don't count me down yet.
I'm gonna count you down very slowly. 3.
Go to from 30.
30, 29, 28, cut me off whenever, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 20. Sam, you can't do this. I'm literally just counting down slowly and that people are listening. Maybe. I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1. All right?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
How do you have your hands on the steering wheel when you drive?
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So if you want to answer that on the video version, the 10-minute video version of this, go ahead and do that. For the audio listeners, just a heads up, there is a 10-minute video version if you want to just watch those, if you only have the time for that.
You know, people who are watching, there's a
full-length
Full-length
podcast.
podcast.
We'll obviously attach to the link for that.
Yep.
If you want to send us in any questions or you want to answer any of the questions, Sam, what email can they shoot us?
questions only at inbox. Nope. questions only inbox at gmail.com.
Awesome. Just do either a subject line, question or answer, or question and answer.
Or you're wrong. One of those things.
We'll take those,
Yeah.
and we're going to get them.
Yeah.
And we're going to love them.
Yeah.
And we're
And
going
if
to
we-
cherish them, and we're going to grow them like they were our own hate mail.
Yeah. And hey, there's a chance we might say on our podcast.
Yeah. Maybe we'll create a mailbag portion, and we will read it off.
Yep.
Sound like fun?
Sure.
Great. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's MasonBeals97. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @BealsMason. I also have a YouTube channel as well that is where I make short films and talk about movies and shit and stuff. That is called Pineapple Flavored Productions. If you want to go there and follow that shit, boy.
If
Sam,
it feels like that's your purpose in life.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Sam, where can they find you?
On Instagram, they can find me at Sam the Bealsman. They can also find my office meme page, which is Blind Guy McSqueezy. It's spelled a little weird.
We'll attach it.
We'll attach it. Other than that, I mean, I have Snapchat and
No, don't give out your Snapchat.
I would, and Twitter. But if you want those, just DM me on Instagram.
Don't DM him on Instagram.
DM me on Instagram. My
great.
DMs are so dry.
Okay. I think that is going to do us.
That's gonna do us.
Yeah, it's going to do us. It's going to do it for the episode, Sam.
Okay.
I'm Mason Beals.
I'm Sam Beals.
Y'all stay questionable.